morning, everyone. I'm going to share a few announcements. Number one, the work schedule is now changing. So, as of Thursday, I will no longer be in the pharmacy. That means hours are going to be changing, like I said. And that's because I'm moving to another part of the business altogether. Sadly to say, I did not get the promotion. I think I've talked about that. There are a bunch of reasons why. I won't get into that. That's going to take too long. But know that things for the channel might change. And of course, I thank you for bearing with me, no matter where you watch. Second, instead of doing a full-scale Friday reading, I did a live stream that lasted 5 hours. You'll meet Rune Knight, aka Joe, who was gracious enough to come on and just yak it up with me. A lot of very stimulating conversation there. And that's why it ran so long. Watch it in parts if you have to. I could not download the file because it was, over 4 hours, and that meant I couldn't edit it. I couldn't put it up anywhere. Unfortunately, I really wanted to, but it happened. So you can go watch it right on the YouTube channel. It's right there for everyone to see. Also, thank you so much, all of you, for tuning into the shorts that I do. That's wild. I never thought that the shorts would be so popular. But apparently the YouTube gods are smiling upon the card a day kind of shorts, and I will be continuing to do those. And also, thank you to Joe for inviting me onto the podcast where we discussed comics. It was a lot of fun. There was sort of an after-party stream as well, and of course I had to kind of go because I had to get up early, so, I had to leave in the middle of it. But thank you anyway. It was such a fun stream to do, and I was able to kind of just, kind of relax and just be me, and it was fun. Not that I'm not relaxed or me here, right? Also, I don't know what we're going to do about the live streams just yet. I may have to move this to a separate day, and I'm still trying to plan some other videos for you, namely, I've already done the free ways to play. I will now do the inexpensive ways to play, and I will be talking about, I'll just take a select few things and tell you about them, and we'll just kind of go from there, I think. Okay? Alright, so you know what day it is. It is Moonology Monday. We're talking about the moon, and right now it feels like we're kind of in that exhale cycle. The part where we've done the inhaling, and now we have to let the breath out. We have to let go of some things. And that's been coming up a lot lately, is the letting go. Now on the Friday live stream, we did talk a little bit about letting go. Actually, all week we had been talking about letting things go, letting certain things die, so that the new beginning can occur. That's a little easier said than done sometimes, isn't it? Yes, it is. And some of us have a little harder time letting go. In fact, one question posed on Twitter was, what did you really get from your ancestors? And I said, it's a bit of stupidity. For me, it's a bit of stupidity. Sometimes I just stick with something in the hopes that it'll get better when it's very clear and everyone around me is telling me it's not getting better, you need to get out of that situation. And let me tell you something, I know how it feels. I've done it dozens of times. I know when you walk away from it, you feel like your loyalty was rewarded with a slap across the face. Sometimes you feel like everything you have ever done counted for absolutely nothing. I know the feeling. I've been there. But let me tell you something. It goes back to the saying that my dad used to tell me, however indirectly, when nothing you do is good enough for someone or a group of them, do nothing for them. Do it for someone else. Most importantly, do it for yourself. Don't you owe it to yourself to be happy? There's that old tired cliche. And you do. You owe it to yourself to be happy. So, when it comes to people constantly, oh, that's not good enough, you didn't do this. Oh, that's not good enough, you didn't do this. The "you didn't go to my church" syndrome is what I call it. When you encounter that, and now they'll do anything they can to bully and harass and intimidate you into falling into their box, where you are so miserable that the only joy you get is to try to do the same to someone else, do nothing for them, because it is better to have moments of joy, whether that's playing the games, watching the movies, reading the books, listening to the music, dressing a certain way, expressing yourself in a certain way, engaging in a certain spiritual practice. Even the most momentary bits of joy are better than total misery. Do not give in to total misery. Because someone, somewhere, is going to see you lit up, and they're going to be like, "What is it? What do you got for me?" You'll be able to share that. Can't share the misery. Just letting you know. So let's look at you today. How are you? I wonder, how was your weekend? Was it good? Hope it was. But do you see your energy gaining momentum? You should. Especially if you've done this. If you've already started with your manifestations, your energy should be gaining that momentum. It should be moving. This is like the snowball that ends up turning into the avalanche. It's always going to be trickle, 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 flood. It's going to happen all at once. But you got to stick with it a little while. Remember what I told you about being loyal to a fault? Yeah, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes when you least expect it, the rewards just come out of the woodwork. So keep an open mind. Don't get me wrong, know your situation. If you know your situation's not getting better, get out of there. Because maybe those rewards are coming somewhere else. Also, we have a mutable moon. We have a new moon. And we have a new moon in Libra. So, nothing's set in stone. We do still have some things up in the air. Again, this is a card that really depends a lot on you. And when it depends on you, there's no one else to really rely on. Certain things you just have to do. You could be working in conjunction with other people. You could be, doing it to it with that group. But there are some things that are going to rely solely on you, and you have to get those things done. Okay? Because with that brand new moon, this is a brand new start coming. It's a fresh start. Some of us have problems starting over. Starting over sucks. I'm not even going to lie. There are times when starting over is just absolute hell. When you see that long road ahead of you, you're like, oh my goodness. But you have to start taking those first steps, one by one, until the road behind you is longer than the road in front of you. And it'll be that way before you know it. I know, I'm doing that myself. I'm starting that on Thursday. The road behind me on this job is far longer than the road in front of me. And then I start this new thing, moving into the other area of the business, one I'm familiar with. So to me, the road is not as long as I think it will be. And it'll be over before I know it. I just got to keep walking. So do you. So just keep walking. And with this new moon in Libra, it tells you that a new romantic cycle is coming. This does not necessarily mean you're going to find the love of your life. What it means is you're going to find that love that you were missing. And isn't that really what it's all about? Have you ever listened to a song that you haven't listened to in years and you thought, my goodness, I forgot how amazing this song was? My goodness, I forgot how good that movie was. Wow. This book, I haven't read it in years and it's still holding up. And you just want to tell everyone about it. That's what this is all about. Kind of falling in love with it again. You've come to appreciate what as much as you didn't miss this thing or that thing, you've come to appreciate the other things that came with it. And that's what this is. Your energy. That push forward, the pushes that you've been making. Now you don't have to push so hard. Now you can kind of let back a little bit. Take care of what you need to take care of. And find the reasons to love that thing again. Let them light you up. Even if you know that the happiness is only temporary, you know that there's nothing else in the world like it. And this is why you share those things. I raise my cup of tea to you. You know what? Let's do one more card just to be a little cheeky. Let's see why we got this. What is it we have? New Moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. You know the road is long. You know it's probably going to have some difficulty. But you know that road better than anyone else. Don't let fear get in your way. Fear will absolutely kill your momentum. Do we understand each other? Do we know the path we need to take? I think we do. And I think it's more important now than ever. It's Monday, ladies and gentlemen, not doomsday. As gloomy as it is out there, it's definitely not doomsday. One more announcement before I go. Miguel and Sylvia went to the Lisbon RPG convention. That was yesterday, it seems. And they won this year's trophy. I congratulate them. It was absolutely, positively heartwarming to see that. And you know what? I sat there and I said this, and I still hold to it. The Red Room, the Wretched Verse, say it with me, award-winning, cemented as legends. It was an honor to be invited onto their podcast, and it's an honor to write for them. Now you know why I say that. Hashtag surround yourself with greatness. Congratulations to Miguel and Sylvia in the Red Room and the Wretched Verse. You've earned it. The fact that it was a raven sitting on top of a D20 or a D12, was actually a little amusing to me too, for reasons of my own ego. Anyway, take care of yourselves and each other. Just remember, I love you all. I thank you for coming here, sharing your morning with me, sharing your tea and your breakfast, or your coffee and your breakfast, or just your coffee with me. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Just remember, always do what lights you up even when it scares you the most. And as always, shine on.